9 years on the other side of the state for police department. I had met my wife, so I was looking to move to this side of the state. While I was looking for a similar sized department. I really wanted something that fit close to where I had previously worked, and I was also interested in making sure that it was a good culture. The first few times I'd come in here for interviews or meetings, everyone was incredibly friendly, and that was really stuck out to me. Is he was very personable, he was friendly. People would come up and say hi, not treat you like this, new person coming in. Everyone seemed very welcoming, friendly, and at that point, I knew, and it ended up being the only place I put in for that I wanted a job here. The schedule for our patrol officers is really nice, working that 12-12-8 with a 4-day off. That 4-day off is an awesome reset. So if you know nothing about the police department, just seeing that, having that option, I think is awesome. We're competitive with pay, and that's another outside thing. But I think what people will realize once they get here too is how friendly everybody is and how everyone here wants you to be successful in whatever police law enforcement career path you take. The big thing that I noticed right when I got here is how much training the officers get. It's not typical to get as much training as we get, to go to almost every training that you request, as long as you have a legitimate request to go to the training. We want our officers to be as highly trained as they can and follow career paths that interest them. And there's a lot of coaching, shadowing. So if you're interested in an SRO and you've only been here 2 years, 1 year, you can go ahead and go have a day with the SROs. If you're interested in investigations, go ahead and have a day with investigations. You want to go to investigation school, go ahead. So I think the growth from the bottom to say this is what you're interested in, then go ahead and pursue that.
Right now we're in Maplewood Middle School. I got granted this position here starting in January next year, becoming the middle school SRO, while another person moved up into a new role. And I'm just excited for that moment. Interview process with Menasha, it just felt like a family, felt like home to me. Everybody was respectful and just telling me different things that they have going on, and all the opportunities just felt like somewhere that I'd like to be. I've had many jobs working with kids where it was just a gift for me to help kids just learn new things, showing them that officers care about them and just want them to do well and just feel safe in school.
Me llamo Oficial Pennings con la Policía de Menasha. Yo he trabajado con la Policía de Menasha hace 5 meses.
Hola, yo soy el oficial Morales con el Departamento de Policía de Menasha y yo llevo aquí trabajando con ellos aparentemente hoy 7 meses.
En el proceso del Departamento de Policía de Menasha había una variedad de eventos para que yo podía representar mí y mis cosas que yo puedo ofrecer al departamento.
A mí lo que me gustó de trabajar, de empezar a buscar trabajo aquí con el Departamento de Policía de Menasha es que yo tenía una relación con el Chief Thorne de cuando yo atendía la escuela en la Fox Valley Tech. Y ahí yo cuando era estudiante, él y yo teníamos una buena relación y nos llevábamos muy bien. Y desde el momento que yo apliqué a este Departamento de Policía, él aseguró que yo me sintiera como si fuera familia y siempre ha sido muy buena persona conmigo.
Yo uso mi español con la comunidad casi cada semana. Cuando yo estoy hablando con víctimas o personas que han visto un evento, es muy especial para mí para hablar en español con personas que no hablan inglés, porque son víctimas de personas que no están teniendo un buen día, y para hablar en español con ellos y ofrecer una oportunidad de conversar en su lenguaje nativo es muy especial para mí.
Menasha is a perfect place for someone who would want to do more than just enforce the laws. Of course, that's a big part of the job, but Menasha allows us to go walk, talk, do things that you actually enjoy. I'm on bike patrol, I do drone operations, things that we can engage with the community rather than just enforcing the laws. So I've had supervisors reach out to me in addition to others who have given me the opportunity to be part of educational videos. I've always been a people person. I've always loved talking to people, supporting them, and being able to be a positive character in the community has always been an inspiration to me. One community outreach project that I've been able to be a part of was with the Winnegamie Dog Club here in Menasha. I reached out to them and we worked closely together to install a dog waste station at Jefferson Park, which so far has been extremely successful. Menasha PD is a department that strives for positive change at all times, and we're always working to find the best way to complete our goals.
One of the biggest things that I wanted to work on is bridging the gap in between law enforcement and youth, nature versus nurture. I want to work with the kids to show them that we are the safe place. We are a support person for them if they don't have that at home. So I just wanted to interact with the kids in a place that is not so high-strung, more friendly, so they feel more like we're more approachable. I love that I grew up here. I already know a lot of the landmarks and where the kids hang out, so I can go over there and hang out with them, smile, play with them. They allow you to experience all the different branches that there are here. So there's investigations, there's school resource officers, there's evidence technician. You get insight in all of those while you're training, so you can find what fits you best, so you have an idea and can work towards what you want to be and what you want to pursue in law enforcement. Was because when I met with Chief and Angie, it was almost we immediately clicked. There wasn't, any hesitation. Our interview was great. They don't come off as stoic. They have humility. They show humanity. They laugh. They giggle, and that is what my personality is. And I love that they have the same personality. It's nice to be able to work together. And just feel like you all can coexist so nicely, and it's so.
Menasha PD was an easy choice for me simply because I grew up in Menasha, so have a lot of ties to the community. My family's still here, so I know the perks of the community, the tight womanness of the community, and just basically was happy going back to my roots. So switching departments with 5 years of experience is obviously something that's challenging for any officer. You typically lose your vacation, you lose your seniority, you lose your pay. I was one of the first transfers to come to Menasha that benefited from our new lateral program. So I didn't have to start over. I started at that higher step where I'm not losing vacation, I'm not losing pay. I lost that seniority, but at the end of the day, you're always going to regain that back. But starting over from pay when you already have a family and people that you need to provide for is a lot harder. One of the main reasons experienced officers will definitely thrive here is because, unlike a lot of larger agencies, our agency has a lot of opportunities for expansion and career growth. So where in other agencies you know how to be a cop, here you also get to do some of the fun stuff and special assignments. Part of our hiring process here is a pretty in-depth swearing-in process. And a lot of agencies, they just kind of do their swearing-in process and move on. Here, we're given a care package and some books that we can use for not only ourselves, but our spouses. They make sure that the swearing-in process isn't just about us, but it's also about family. So Menasha PD, we definitely have very much so a family atmosphere. I recently went through a personal experience where I got to see all of the officers and our staff pull together to help support me, something that I don't necessarily feel that would have been the same or as great in other departments. So definitely that family vibe, caring for each other is what drew me over here.